So welcome back, everybody. I'm glad you guys are joining me today. And of course, Joe Scarborough over on the MSNBC Morning Joe had his meltdown, his weekly meltdown, after the New York Times released polls in the battleground states with Trump and Biden head-to-head matchups, showing Donald Trump ahead of Joe Biden in those polls. And he was absolutely beside himself. And even when the expert poll person that was in the there at the table with him tried to explain to him the methodology of the polling, he didn't want to hear. He's like, they're on Donald Trump's side. They're trying to do this for Donald Trump. New York Times absolutely hates Donald Trump. Most of the mainstream media hates Donald Trump. Most of the polling industry hates Donald Trump. There's not very many times I've seen Donald Trump up in any polls prior to this election. And now that we see that the how Joe Biden has ran this country, we see the American people are saying, "Hey, it wasn't so bad under President Trump." I may be leaning more toward voting Trump than I am Biden, especially when I open my wallet and notice I don't have very much money, or I check my bank account and I don't have very much money. I'm struggling. I'm having multiple jobs to work to just to keep afloat what I was able to do with one job under the Trump presidency. People realize that people are not stupid when it comes to the economy and when things are going poorly for them. Though one of the main contributors to Donald Trump losing in 2020 was the way that the mainstream media pinned everything on Donald Trump. With everything going on, the economy was doing poorly and people were scared and afraid. And normally when that happens, people tend to want to vote for change. We're seeing that this time, but in reverse to the Democrat Party, to the people who have been in power these last 4 years. And of course, Joe Scarborough having his meltdown is absolutely hilarious. So let's go and take a look at this meltdown that he had here on MSNBC in the morning. Let's take a listen.
Reporters lie. Here's what I'd say about this poll. If I were to ask you this question, Joe, do you know anybody on either side who doesn't think that it's the case that of the battleground states that Joe Biden is stronger in Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin than he is in Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia?
It sounds about right. I've seen some polls that show that George is very close. Greg Bluestein actually had an article that also says the Siena poll is wildly off.
I'm not saying it's not close. I'm not going to carry water for the New York Times or for the methodology of this poll. I'll keep going back to a thing that I try to say every time we talk about these things, which is that I'm really interested, and I know you know this, is like, what are the polls telling us directionally about the race?
I understand. There's a difference, though, with the New York Times Siena poll, and you know this. It's given disproportionate impact. This year, this cycle, it is skewed wildly in Donald Trump's direction. Hold on. Yeah. And the New York Times feasts on it with clickbait stories like a dozen at a time. And
what I'm trying to focus on is what I think people should pay attention to.
But what I'm trying to focus on is the New York Times right now is actively shaping the election cycles, where this poll comes out on a Sunday and on Monday people go, oh, and I heard it. And I'm sitting there going, oh, don't be so stupid. That's why we're doing this.
So
hold on a second. Hold on. What I hear is after these Siena polls come out, every time New York Times poll says, oh, well, everything that Joe Biden's done since the State of the Union address, all this money that he's put out, all of the campaigning is for naught. No, it's not.
Oh, Joe Scarborough, will you never learn? The people are sick and tired of Joe Biden. They don't want any more of the Bidenomics. They don't want any more of the good New Deal, whatever he called it, where we plunged ourselves further into inflation, made it worse, has not made it better. People understand that. And those gasps you hear from the people that are like, oh, they're not stupid. They are absolutely realists, realizing, hey, it's over for Joe. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Of course, you guys can follow me on all my social media, all linked in the description down below. Don't forget that like and subscribe button. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.